Starting to load it up.
Oh, perfect.
It only goes this way, Ren.
Oh, really?
That's it.
Alright.
We're at 2770 Berkshire Avenue in Los Angeles, California, performing a video sewer inspection through the 4-inch cast iron mainline cleanout in the front yard. We're going to attempt to run out to the city sewer from here. And this is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing, Inc. Okay, and this is the front of the house. That's the right-hand side of the porch, the right-hand side of the yard. And this is the left-hand side. And that is the front of the picket fence. There's a 4-inch mainline cleanout right here next to a bush. And it does have a sweep. It's not a two-way clean out. It does have a sweep. I believe, oh, it is a two-way clean out. Excuse me, it looked like it was going one way. So we're going to go out toward the street first and see what it looks like. And then we'll go ahead and we'll run back toward the house. Kind of fold it over on itself there for a minute. Kind of hard to get through a two-way clean out sometimes. We'll run out toward the street, and it looks like ABS plastic. It transitions, it looks like. Got a little bit of film on the lens. We transition right here at the property line to vitreous clay. We'll run out to the city sewer and see if we can rinse the camera off, and when we pull back, we should be able to see what's going on. If not, we're going to run water in the house and flush it really well. It's easier just to push out quick, get into the city sewer, and we'll see. We should have water running. Yes, we do. We have water running in the city sewer. Now we'll begin pulling back in just a moment and take a look. I don't know if there's an issue yet or not. I ran out into the city sewer right now. Yes, this is a two-way clean out. I couldn't see it before. It does go back that way too, so I'll run back to the house too. And I'll check that.
Is that one?
Yeah, that's out in the street. That's in about the middle of the street right now.
Oh, no.
It's okay. That's good.
Why good?
Well, there's the city sewer. That's your city sewer. That's water running through the city sewer.
Yes.
So everything so far looks good. Everything looks okay.
Everything looks okay.
As far as I can see, we're going to pull back slow now. We're going to check all the joints.
This is fine.
The what?
There is fine.
I don't know yet. That's got some jaggedness to it right there. Got a little bit of a gap, but not terrible. Not terrible. It's still lined up pretty good. I don't see any major breaks or anything there. A little bit of an offset right here. So you see the face of the pipe on the bottom. That's minor. That's minor. That's nothing to worry about. That joint looks really good. Don't see any major root intrusions or anything at this point. That joint looks to be in really good condition. That joint looks to be in really good condition as well. This is all the 6-inch city lateral in the street. That joint looks to be in good condition. That joint's got a little bit of an offset to it. Not terrible though. Nothing to worry about. That's very common in the 6-inch clay. That joint looks to be really good. Nice and flush. You know, sometimes you get them when they're nice and flush, you see, like this. They're really perfect, and then sometimes they're just a little bit off. This way or that way. Some of them are, but as long as they aren't broken, no major root intrusions, just a little bit of an offset's not going to hurt anything. That joint looks really good. That joint looks good. That joint looks really good. We're almost coming back now. We're almost back to the curb. It's going to transition to plastic in a minute. That joint looks good. That joint's cracked all the way around right there. That has a crack, you can see it. See right here. Right there. Yep.
How much cost it to fix it?
It all depends where it's at. That's at 28 feet. I'm going to pull back some more and see where it's at.
It's cracked too?
No, that's just the joint. Oh, that is a crack. Yep, that's a crack right there because that's the joint right there behind it.
Oh, okay. It has a 2 cracks.
Yeah. And now we're coming back to the plastic. Coming back up, there's the plastic. So what I need to do now is go back out to 28 feet again right there, and I need to locate it and mark it. Need to see where it's at and get my locator.
Oh.
This way we know where it is, and then I can tell you what it's going to take to fix.
Okay.
You good, Mike? Pardon? You good?
Yeah, I'll go with it just a little bit.
Is there animals? Can we leave the gate open? Is it okay right now? Or is there an animal? Okay, I'll shut it. I don't want to take a chance, so I'll get out.
Reach it.
got it. You got it. Okay, one down. Okay, we've marked this joint out. We're at 11 inches deep, just outside the front picket fence, to the right of the water meter as you're facing the house from the street. It's about 4 to 5 feet over to the right of the water meter, and we've marked it with a pink flag at 5 foot 11 inches deep. We're going to pull back again, and we're going to locate the other joint that is cracked, and we're going to mark this area as well. These joints, the whole hub is cracked. That's broken right there on both of them. So this section should be replaced. We'll mark this out real quick.
the owner here? No. Are you the owner there? No, I'm not.
Okay, we marked this area out as well. 5 foot 11 inches deep. These areas need to be excavated and replaced. It's cracked all the way around. There's the fitting. That's the end of the pipe. And that's just broken all the way around. About 28, yeah, same thing. 28, you get a crack all the way around. Broken. You go to the next joint, and you can see the next joint, nice and clean, there's no cracks inside there. All the other joints look to be okay. Didn't see any cracks at all. Just go back. That looks fine. That joint looks fine, no crack. That joint looks fine, a little bit of offset, minor but nothing big. That pipe's good. That joint looks to be okay. A little bit of an offset and a separation right there. Nothing major. No root intrusions, no breaks that we can see there. That joint is a little bit jagged, but it still looks okay. No major issues, and it's lined up pretty well. Rinse our camera lens off again. Okay, and we'll bring it back. Got a little bit of debris on the camera lens. And rinse it one more time. Okay. Now I'll come back to that 28-foot mark. Then we'll pull back and look at the ABS plastic. Okay, we're coming back to our mark, our 28-foot mark, where we have that traction. Right there. And we have another right there. 25. Now we transition to our ABS plastic. Coming up and making a turn. Joints look to be okay. Coming up, making another turn. This joint's got a little bit of offset to it right there and a little bit of separation to it. I don't see any root intrusions, no breaks. I think it just real well when it was glued. I don't see any issues with that joint though right now. Sometimes guys don't push them in all the way. Push it in about 1.5 inches. That looks like about a 1/2 inch gap. Sometimes they don't realize that they're not pushed in all the way. Now we're pulling back up through our clean out. And now we're out of our main line clean out. We're just going to wipe lens off and go back in. I'm going to try and go back toward the house. Take a look. We do have a divider in here. Now we're heading back toward the house. We're going to run in real quick and we're just going to flush this. We'll flush some water through the line, try and clear it up a little bit because we're going to get a lot of debris on the camera lens. We back up the line. Get a little bit of water, help clear it off. Now we're back under the house. We have ABS plastic. Looks like we do have a little bit of a belly under the house. Water is standing, and there's the back of a clean out as far as we can go. We're going to begin pulling back now. Rinse our camera lens in the water. So from here, this is back up underneath the house. We do have somewhat of a belly. It's holding water, not draining out, not graded out 1/4 inch per foot the way that it should be. That water's just standing. So it's standing from the back. We got 40 feet here. Go back in. And we got about 50 feet. They got about 10 feet in this area that has a belly. Or at least from right there, about 46 feet. We got about 6 feet that is holding water. We come back to 40 feet now, and it is draining. Come back to 40 feet, and it starts to drain okay. Then come back through the fitting. Now you transition to cast iron. Cast iron's kind of rough right here. There's just a fitting. They left short the fitting in there and transitioned back to ABS again and put some fittings in there, probably remodeled, and now you're coming back to cast iron again. You got some pretty rough spots in the cast iron going back toward the house. That could cause stoppages up underneath the house. It is pretty rough. We're going to go back in. We're going to go all the way back to the cast iron. We're going to flush this line real good. See what it looks like. Try and get that camera real clear. Here we got water running and flushing this line out. See, we got some debris in the water. We're just going to try and clean up all the debris that we can, get it out of the line. This way we can see it a little bit better. Kind of hard to get all that debris out. See the debris moving around the water. Pull the camera out. Wipe the lens down, shut that water off, and we'll go ahead and run our camera back in. Okay, we're going to begin. Okay, we're running back up the line again. We shut the water off. It's going to take a moment for the water to dissipate. We'll run all the way back up. We'll pull back and take a look at the line again once the water dissipates. Back at the clean out cap, back at the end of the run by the master bath. out here.
Okay.
They're cracked all the way around out here, man. This one's 5'11". That one's 5'11" too. That's only about a 4 to 5 foot section. Like,
Okay.
that would need to use this is thickness.
Okay.
So you have two options: you put a liner in there, or you could just replace it. I think it's less expensive to replace it. Right here it's expensive because this is the city right away. Right here is what's fixing it. Even though it's really small. It's really more expensive to do that. Yeah, the permits are expensive. Once you get if this was over here where we are now, you're looking at maybe a decent one. Over here, you're looking at about 38. And now, it's number 2. This way, this way, that's my house. There's my house. People sell. Like me, with really look that early. And it does. By right for me. The biggest thing I think is back toward the house. Transitions the plastic right here. It goes plastic from here back up underneath the house a little bit, and this is all fine. Back up underneath the house though, you got cast iron, you got some plastic, and then you got cast iron, and right back here it's just that it's rough. Not that it's really bad. You got a belly in the pipe right here at about 46 feet. You'll see when I'm coming back, we're going to go into water at about 46 feet. Right there. It's holding water back just a few feet, not that much.
So it needs to be elevated?
Well, it's just wasn't graded out properly. Wasn't graded out great. Right there. So you got less than 5 feet where it's holding a little water. Plastic. Again, I don't know that I touch it. Wouldn't worry about it. It's just that it's not right. I don't think it's going to cause you a problem because the toilets and everything else are so close to that area. They got enough force to push through there.
Right.
Then coming back from here, now coming back from this spot right here, this is all cast iron.
Yeah.
You can see how few fittings, and then we got some ABS fittings again, and then back here again, it's kind of rough. So you're catching paper on that side, you're catching debris, you're catching paper, just right through here. Maybe hydrojetted. Run you about $400 or $500.
Okay.
We usually charge like $465. Some guys will charge $395 to $700.
Right.
But you hydrojet this, seeing like in this area, it's got a lot of buildup, a lot of corrosion.
Right.
They should have really replaced it when they did the remodel. It would have been better. The plastic layer under there would have been easy.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to take the time by. See where it starts catching the paper on the side, and it can start building up and cause stoppages.
Now, could this have over 4 years built up like this?
This is going back toward the house. I don't
Yeah.
know that they looked at it.
I think they did.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if it had been like hydrojetted and then like
Possible.
and then like just build up.
Older cast iron in 4
Yeah.
years, yes,
Okay.
it can build up.
Because I know when there was no issue.
Yeah. I mean, it's got quite a bit of buildup in it right now. And like I said, it will catch paper and debris, and it can stop up.
Right.
We're coming all the way back to here. It's all cast iron back to here.
What do you recommend for the buyer?
Okay. So that. And that concludes our video sewer inspection.